What is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Oh my gosh! You can see that in BMG's face especially. And he's like bass face. Dilo was shitting his pants. Chris was just couldn't believe his ears. Yo, what's up my crew in the Fishy Beatbox? Welcome back to another analysis video with your boy Madox, aka Today I'm going to analyze Rofu vs Rock Wave at the GBB 2021. Of course I'm gonna check out the comments, but first, subscribe to my channel. You done? Let's go! Let's read some comments! Ooh, a comment of River. What a battle! Much love to Hiro and Fuga, you guys are the perfect combination between skills and comedy. Seriously, how can you be so funny? Also much love to Doja Cat and Ruchi Sakamoto for the inspiration. Okay, sorry, I'm not really good with Japanese names. See you in the next battle. Yeah, as I already checked out in Rofu's elimination, Rofu's really good in performing and being funny on stage. So let's see if they can keep the level of performance in the battles. Josh O is commenting, okay, but can we talk about how much practice and focus it probably took to execute 728? I don't think any other tag team has been that on pitch and on time when doing something like that. Truly something to behold. Let's see a little snippet of it. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's dope. Can't wait to see the whole version in my analysis. Man of culture. Rofu are literally the funniest people to ever step on GBB stage. Rofu vs Oni-chan will be so much battle energy. True, Rofu was battling against Oni-chan in the small final. Should I analyze that too? Please tell me in the comments. I love how the crowd reaction to Rock Wave's second round drop is delayed. Like how there's a moment of disbelief, trying to comprehend what in the world is going on. Yeah, true, this was really delayed. They were like, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? Oh my gosh! You can see that in BMG's face especially. And also Chris, oh my gosh. Look at these faces actually. Look at all the different faces. Like Kenny's like bass face. Dilo was shitting his pants. Chris was just couldn't believe his ears. Beatness be like, oh yeah, that's cute. Barium could do that. Also, and BMG is just losing his shit. Man of culture. I rewinded the hell out of last Rock Wave drop. Also Rofu's Smash Bro Nest thing was sensational. Wait, did a Smash Brothers thing? I didn't remember that. You know what? It's time for the analysis! Let me analyze that.
We have Rock Wave versus Rofu. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you again, are you ready? Shut
Me, Ichi, Beatbox.
Hello, we are Rock Wave from France. No, we are from Japan. Fatality. Mortal Kombat! Mortal Kombat! Excellent. KO. Liu Kang. Rhythm. Scott Jackson. And Scott Jackson. And Scott Jackson. Mortal Kombat! お前はもう死んでいる。
What? What is happening? First round of Rofu, what can I say? Kind of felt like they on purpose didn't unfold their whole potential yet because they saved some stuff for the second round. They had some funny moments. They were taking the piss out of Rock Wave in the beginning with the scratches and stuff. I didn't quite get the joke with the Mortal Kombat thing. I mean, okay, fatality and stuff, but yeah. You know what? Let's get into the details. Oh, I said it wrong. Let's get into the details.
Shut!
Hello, we are Rock Wave from France.
Rofu started with directly dissing Rockwave. Hiro was imitating like the vocalized spit snare that I tried to learn with Beatbox G. Something like that. I think I'm coming close now. Fuga was like doing the scratches of Colaps. And kinda in a typical Rofu manner, Hiro is like quite getting it right, like the vocalized spit snare, while Fuga is just taking the piss out of Colaps here. Not even trying hard. But yeah, it's funny. It's funny directly getting some plus points for performance at the beginning.
No, we are from Japan. Fatality. Mortal Kombat.
After that, they switched into a Mortal Kombat routine. I'm not aware how Mortal Kombat actually would sound. Yeah, they're actually doing the theme song of Mortal Kombat. I didn't have it in my mind anymore how it sounds like, but now that I was re-listening to it, it's pretty close. Yeah, and it's Fuga again, like he's not even doing a sound effect, it's just... Skill-wise, I would say this beat is like not the hardest to do, it's just a funny performance element.
Excellent. Kato. Liu Kang. Liu. Scott Jackson. And Scott Jackson. And Scott Jackson.
Then afterwards there was a transition part where Fuga was saying some gibberish, and I think I heard something with Scott Jackson in between. Not really sure what he meant by this. If you know what he was saying, please tell me in the comments. Then afterwards they were switching into another beat, and as you can see, Hershey was freaking out, and I'm not really sure why. Again, I can't really understand what he was saying there. There's like an acid bass in the original song. I guess Hiro is doing the acid bass of it. But again, it's like a more of a performance element. It's like skill-wise, it's not too impressive. It's just really funny to watch. And then after that part, they come back to the first part or the first drop, however you want to call it. Yeah, so to be honest, I mean, it was kind of funny. It was a funny gag. I would prefer, because it's such a short round, I mean, it's just 1 minute 30, a normal battle round. I would prefer to hear something like a variation after the first part, something that is actually impressive skill-wise, not just performance-wise. Yeah, but let's see, maybe they saved something for the second round. But the first round was kind of funny. Not the craziest punchline, the beginning was kind of cool. I would have expected a little bit more, especially after seeing the elimination. So let's check out the first round of Rockwave.
Time. Switch.
Okay, Wasso, you ready to play with me? Whenever I do this with my arm, you say, like this, perfect. Let's go.
Oh my god. Okay, that was the first round of Rock Wave. I kind of like the beginning was pretty cool with this trombone bass of River. It was a nice idea also with the Spanish singing. I think it was off pitch. Probably they also had problems on stage hearing themselves, kind of like with Onichan already and a lot of other tag teams, IGBB. The switch to the drum and bass was pretty cool. I was kind of missing some mids in the drop. Not sure if the problem was just the mix or they were a bit messy with the routine. Yeah, and also at the end, I think it could be tighter. But you know what? Let's get into the details!
Switch! Okay, so are you ready to play with me? Whenever I do this with my arm, you say, like this, perfect. Let's go.
Yeah, so the beginning was already a really nice performance element. River was asking the crowd to be part of the routine with the hi. Yeah, and that's always cool to activate the crowd, especially with something simple. And because it's all beatboxes, at least the majority of the crowd was like either beatboxes or interested in beatboxing. So future beatboxes and current beatboxes. Yeah, for me, a really simple performance element, but works really well to integrate them. And then the drop, my gosh. Like a really simple beat, but really on point. Colaps is using like his lip oscillation bass, but like the special one. I think Colaps is doing it somewhat like that. I know Footbox G is more like a smiley face. And yeah, people like Boss or Villain were doing it first. But yeah, if you want to refer to people from the GBB, Footbox G was like one of the main guys who used this bass. And yeah, Colaps has a slight variation where his lips are more in the front.
This one.
Sounds
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I still don't know how to get it, but it always sounds really heavy on stage. And combined with this beat of Colaps, River did this trombone bass. You also see Wawa doing this kind of trombone. You see BR doing this, and River is really clean with this. It just sounds really, really nasty. So for me, to be honest, this was actually already like the highlight because this drop for me worked really, really well. Yeah, then afterwards they went into like a dancehall, like a smoother samba dancehall kind of beat with the Spanish singing. And I think it's a really nice idea. Also, River has a really nice voice. But I think like the pitch kind of feels off, the melody is kind of messy. As I said, maybe they had problems on stage hearing themselves. So the melody, it's hard to groove on it. But at least the timing is nice and the vibe is kind of coming through. They could work on the pitch here. But again, as I said, I have no clue how the conditions were on stage with hearing themselves. So probably that was the problem. But if I would be one of the judges of the GBB, I knew the artists have problems on stage with hearing themselves because both teams, of course, have the same issue. I still would look on this and rate it because, yeah, let's say you could practice it kinda if you, I mean, in a perfect world, if both have perfect pitch, they could still deliver it. But yeah, you know, it's a tough one here. Then afterwards comes a short part with a trumpet of River and the beat of Colaps on top of it. And I think here the trumpet could be a little bit louder. I'm not sure if Colaps was just a bit too loud or River could use a different mic technique or try to be louder. Or maybe it's also the mix. So yeah, here this is like a tough one because yeah, the artists are also dependent on the sound engineer to balance out the microphones properly. So if they would have their own sound engineer who knows the routine or just knows in general both beatboxes, he probably would turn up River a bit on the lead parts When I say lead parts, I mean like whenever he plays like an instrument that should be in the front or performing lead vocals, then a sound engineer that knows the crew, he probably would take care of this on the volumes to make sure that everything sounds clear. But yeah, in general, for tag teams that compete at battles and they don't have like their own sound engineers, which is the case for every battle nowadays, I always suggest like practice on microphones that are leveled out on the same way. So while rehearsing, you are aware of, okay, this part I need to be louder, this part you have to be louder. So you can work it out with mic technique, with loudness of yourself. For cases like this, you are prepared. Then afterwards they went into a drum and bass part, and for me the idea was pretty dope. Switching from a samba, from a nice groove to a heavy drum and bass beat. The composition itself of the drum and bass beat is not too special. I mean, it's like River is doing a lip roll, a really simple one, while Colaps does the drum and bass beat to it. I think we heard drops like this multiple times already. River has these breaks in between with but yeah, for me it wasn't really catchy. Yeah, so they could work on the arrangement of the drum and bass for me. But the effect of switching into a drum and bass really worked for me, and as you can see, the crowd is really enjoying the drop. I also have to say that Colaps is really sick on the drums here. Like, he does a really great job. The drums are really clean and on point. Afterwards, they switched into like a halftime drum and bass drop. And again, also here, I think Colaps is doing a great job, but the parts of River are not really coming through. Either he should just switch the sounds or, yeah, work on his mic technique. It could be also the problem of like the sound engineering here, because in general, like in the whole round, I felt like River could be louder. So yeah, not quite sure what's the problem here. I'm not really convinced of like the parts of River here, to be honest. So yeah, that was the first round of Rofu and Rockwave. Rofu started with a really funny diss against Rockwave, and they had a nice story with the Mortal Kombat, but for me it wasn't enough. I would love to see a bit more in comparison to this. Rockwave had a really nice crowd pleaser right at the beginning. The first drop was also really dope, and the switch to the drum and bass was really unexpected. The idea with the Spanish singing also, so there was way more dynamics in the performance than with Rofu. Also skill-wise, Colaps was really dominating with his drums, and the trombone bass of River was really nasty in the beginning. I really loved it. So for me, the first round definitely goes to Rockwave. Let's go into the second round of Rofu.
Switch!
Yeah, they are cool, so good, so good.
Oh man.
But we are better. We are Rofu for make some noise. Yo, do you know Smash Brothers?
Oh my god.
And that's time.
Alright, that was the second round of Rofu. I'm not sure though, like I like the idea behind the punchlines and stuff. I think like the timing for the gag just wasn't right. Like there was not enough time to actually execute the joke really well. The drops were also again funny, but skill-wise again, I think Rock Wave will dominate them in the second round. So let's go quickly into the details.
Time switch.
Yeah, so Rofu started right away with a counter, and again they didn't even try to copy like the sounds, but they rather copied just the genre of it, and yeah, we're taking the piss out of them. And for me it really worked. It was really funny. Hiro with the really clean dancehall and lip roll bass, and Fuga again just da 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 in his typical man, of course.
They are cool, so good, so good.
Then afterwards they were like praising Rock Wave by telling, yeah, they're so good, and started this Titanic theme. For me, the punchline here didn't really work. I'm not sure what was the intention. Is the Titanic melody more like to show like, oh, they're so good, they just destroyed us? I'm not really sure. They could definitely work on this. Maybe the language barrier here was the problem. Not really sure though. But yeah, it's funny like the way he's taking off his glasses and has like the tinier version of his glasses on his face. Yeah, that's a cool performance element.
But we are better. We are Rofu to make some noise. Do you know Smash Brothers?
Afterwards they were claiming the stage for themselves. We are better than them. Going into like a drum and bass build-up was pretty straightforward. Creating a lot of hype for the crowd and suspense for what's coming next. And then I switched into the Smash Brothers thingy. I'm not quite sure right now. I gotta be honest, it's been a long time that I was playing Smash Brothers. Yeah, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Fuga is referring to Ness from Smash Brothers. I'm not so experienced. It's been like 10 years that I was playing Smash Brothers. Please let me know in the comments which attack and which character he's actually imitating. But I think that's a really, really funny move. Also, not to forget, Hiro was dropping like this, jungle beat, kind of like a shuffled drum and bass beat. Kind of like Kenny Urban would do, I think. Was Kenny Urban doing beats like that? Yeah, Kenny Urban or Napalm. I think Napalm also does these spit snares. I think it's more like Napalm than Kenny Urban. Anyways, it worked really well, really funny move, and yeah, really well executed beat of Hiro. After the Smash Brothers beat, they switched back to the Titanic theme. And again, because for me the punchline at the beginning wasn't really clear. Also here, like the reference back to the punchline before didn't work so well. Composition-wise, it works though because it kind of brings you back home.
And that's time.
So yeah, let's see how Rock Wave was answering to this.
Switch!
luckily I'm good at treating. I wouldn't bother, but it won't stop cheesing. And we can dance all day around it. If you want it, I'll be bouncing. If you want it, scream and shout it, babe. Before I leave you dry.
Alexina loves it. So yeah, that was Rockway's second round. Again, nice composition. The beat at the end, like I saw on the Instagram, this is somewhat like a Merry Christmas song, of like a Japanese one. Not sure what's the name of it. Let me check that out. The track is called Merry Christmas, Mr. Lawrence. And I saw somewhere that this is like a Japanese song. So really fits if you think about that. Rofu is Japanese. Yeah, and this was definitely the highlight of this round and definitely smashed it with this one. The beginning, for me, the singing of River wasn't really convincing. I feel like he could be more confident when he's singing. Maybe again, he was struggling because he couldn't hear the pitch correctly. And so he just didn't have enough presence in his voice to deliver this song correctly. So for the last time in this video, let's get into the details. Yeah, so Rockwave started with a nice melody at the beginning, creating some vibe with it. River was also quickly referring to Rofu with a crow in between. To take the piss out of them. After a short transition part with some really nice percussions of Colaps, they went into a lyrical part.
You're coming out yourself, within yourself. Tell me what must I do to tell my love.
And I think the idea behind it is really nice. Sadly for me, River's lead vocals weren't performed really well. Like he was kind of losing some energy and some presence in his voice here. I think also pitch-wise he could be better. Probably he was just lacking in confidence here because he either couldn't hear himself properly or wasn't just comfortable with the singing part.
Cause luckily I'm good at treating. I wouldn't bother, but it won't stop cheesing. And we can dance all day around it. If you want it, I'll be bouncing.
Especially the pre-chorus wasn't really performed well. I think River had a lot of pitch problems here.
If you want it, scream and shout it, babe. Before I leave you dry.
But then actually the punchline before the drop with the harmonization of Colaps for me sounded really well. And then of course in the drop they were on point. It's so dope. And also the pitch here was way better. Probably they were working on this a lot. So even without the monitors, really nailed it. And by the reaction of both the judges and the crowd, you can see this was insane live. Damn, that's so like also skill-wise. Like, oh man, it's so hard to perform. Like I can imagine like probably for River because he's like on the beat. It was a bit easier, but Colaps need to be slightly offbeat and still hit it and still do the drums to it. So no clue how much they had to practice this, but it's really on point, really tight. The pitch is really good and the timing is amazing. So nice drop. I think this is the highlight of the whole battle. Then in the second part of the drop, they had like a slight variation where River does like a Chinese instrument thingy. And also this one worked really well for me. The switch was really nice. And the pitch here is really nice. Also the texture of his sound, pretty dope. Yeah, so comparing Rockwave and Rofu in the second round. Again, Rofu, I think they need to have more time so their jokes actually work better. Like for example, in the elimination, I think like all the punchlines and the performance work really well because they're more of performer, less battle beatboxers. I think the format of 1 minute 30 just doesn't suit them really well. So yeah, in the second round also, I felt like the punchlines, like the transition into the punchline with the Titanic one didn't really work for me. Maybe they should work on like the lyrics here. Yeah, and that's the problem with Rofu. If their jokes are not 100% on point, chances are pretty high that they are going to lose the battle because they're not investing so much energy into showing actual skill. On the other hand, we had Rockwave with a really nice intro. The lyrical part was a bit messy, didn't deliver that much, but then the drop, oh my gosh. It was so amazing, man. For real. For me, the highlight of the whole battle, both skill-wise and musical-wise, a really, really dope drop. So yeah, conclusion, for me it's pretty clear. Rockwave is the winner of this battle. For me, they won the first round and the second round. Rofu still were really funny. Maybe not as good as in the elimination, but there were definitely some parts that are recognizable and people will remember. Both the Titanic moment and the Smash Brothers moment. Yeah, just recognizable and typical Rofu parts. Let's see how the judges actually decided.
To the finals, Grand Beatbox Battle 2021 Tag Team. I say the 3, y'all say the 2 and the 1 crowd. In 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so pretty clear. All 5 judges voted for Rockwave, and I think they pretty much deserved it. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Quick and easy. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell and drop a comment. And if you want to see more tag team analysis videos, here is one where I was analyzing Rofu's elimination, so click it right now. Especially interesting if you want to learn something about performing on stage.